Good evening. It's time now for sports. We lead with cricket once again this evening. While the West Indies tour of Australia has gotten off to a less than ideal start, the Caribbean side is under siege against Queensland in their four-day warm-up match. Two Queensland batsmen got centuries on the second day yesterday, Nick Kruger and Wade Townsend, punishing the West Indies bowlers and carrying Queensland to 384 for 4 at stumps, giving the Australians a 113-run advantage. As you remember, the West Indies scored 271 when they batted first. The West Indies bowlers failing to penetrate, leaving the Caribbean men stuck in the field all day long. The West Indies have little time to get their act together ahead of the first test, which starts in Brisbane next Thursday. Moving over to some football news, the FIFA World Cup qualifiers came to an exciting and controversial end yesterday. The game that had everyone talking, France's 1-1 draw to advance over Ireland yesterday in Paris. But that game was the major talking point. French forward Thierry Henry handling the ball in the penalty area, which led to France's all-important goal and a 2-1 aggregate win. Irish officials have requested that FIFA has the game replayed because of this infraction. Henry admitted to the error, but the referee still allowed the game to continue after the clear foul. 5 other teams advancing after a tense day of qualifying yesterday. Portugal, Slovenia, Greece all moved along with Algeria and Uruguay, so all 32 teams pending FIFA's reaction to Ireland's request. Moving on to South Africa 2010. Back home, more than 50 students turned out for day 2 of the Purple Dragon Dojo's grading exercise this evening. Parents and students filled the gym at the CCC school for the Donjitsu martial art. It's a form of jiu-jitsu. 9th degree black belt Professor Don Jacob. He's from Trinidad and Tobago, and he's been watching intently as Cayman's young talent go through their paces. More than 50 students out today from age 4 to 11 trying to move up in the ranks. Professor Jacob was impressed with Cayman's talent.
We looking to get forms, balance, speed, basic power, most of all discipline. Today we had over 50 students doing this exam, and we're very, very impressed with a lot of them. And today this is our first moments into the grading, so I suspect that we should have the same high standard throughout this grading today.
We have lots of talent here in the Caribbean islands, all right, and we'd like to give them the exposure. We had a total of about 114 students grading this time. For us, martial arts is not just a style, but it's a lifestyle. Your martial arts is supposed to enhance your everyday life.
The local squash championship comes to an end tomorrow night at South Sound. Some of Cayman's top local players battling for top honors in this year's last major final. Gender tests on South African athletes Caster Semenya are yet to be completed, according to track and field's governing body, the IAAF. The 18-year-old had been expected to find out if she was eligible to compete as a woman tomorrow, but the IAAF said today that it will not discuss the case at its meeting in Monaco, so she'll have to wait a bit longer, irrespective of those results. Rather, as the BBC reported back in September, Semenya will keep the 800-meter gold medal she won at the IAAF World Championships in Berlin back in August.